I'll need to find a way to get past that goon. Greetings, brother.
What? Who's there? Gods damn it. You gave me a right scare, mate. Where in the Seven Hills did you come from?
The Shadows. Step aside, I'm late for the assembly.
Right, of course. Blood and land, brother.
We'll keep this simple. The obvious answer to blood and land, I'm not going to just keep guessing. Sooner or later, even this brainless fool will see through my veil and call on the guards. My apologies. Wrong backyard assembly.
You people ought to be ashamed of yourselves. How dare you put this muck on my door? Just because I'm human, don't mean I'm interested in your speciesist propaganda. I've lived next door to Dolmari most of my life, and they've never once done me or mine any harm. Here's what I think of your so-called humanist rally. And your Honour Hillarist can go fuck himself. He's a traitor. You all are. When the Azadi finally pack up and leave, we will remember what you've done. Be sure of that.
Honor and... what? There's a word missing.
It's disgusting what's going on in there. Them bad-mouthing magicals like they're the problem. The magicals have always lived here. It's the Azadi who've upset the balance of things.
You ought to be more careful speaking ill of the Azadi. The walls have ears.
Oh, what are they going to do? Ship me off to one of their re-education camps? I'd like to see them try.
They might throw you in Friar's Keep.
They wouldn't dare. They respect women, that lot. At least they've got that going for them, unlike those National Front traitors in there. Mark my word. The moment the Azadi leave, the Resistance will hunt down every last one of them and string them up on the city walls.
Excuse me.
Balance! Where did you come from, eh? I didn't even see ya. What do you want? I don't want no trouble.
That piece of paper you tore. Do you have the other half?
What piece? The National Front flyer? Why? Who are you?
Someone who's on your side.
Well, I dunno. You sound Azadi to me. What do you want that flyer for?
Long story. I need it to find a traitor. A traitor to the rebel cause.
Oh, right. Well, if it means getting back at that National Front filth, then by all means. Take it. And Balance bless you for standing up to those bastards.
Honor and humanity. It's the slogan used by the National Front. That must be the passphrase I need to get into the meeting. Step aside, brother.
Gods! You snuck up on me. Blood and land.
Blood, land, honor and humanity. That's what these people claim to care about. They cling to their slogans like drowning men cling to driftwood. Honor and humanity.
Faith and family, brother. Go on through, mate. The meeting's already begun. If you haven't seen Mr. Hillarist speak before, you're in for a proper treat. That man is an example to us all.
Brothers, sisters, cousins, brave, humble human folk. Welcome to this meeting of the National Front for Faith and Family. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Thank you for coming here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for the generosity of your time. Thank you for braving these ill-lit occult courts in your tireless search for truth. Yes. Oh, yes. Despite the selfless work of our benefactors, the enemy lurks out there, in the shadows. Look about. Look. Fear them, the enemy. For they are
The hoods
close.
are probably to
They
protect their
are
identities.
everywhere.
It never bodes well for a movement when its members are afraid to be seen.
Smell them. Do you not smell them? That
Nothing in
foreign
particular stands out.
spice, magic, filth. It warms my heart to see you.
There's
standing
nothing
before
unusual
me,
about that person.
standing up for what's good
The
and
hoods are
fair.
probably to protect their
Glory,
identities.
cousins.
It never bodes
Glory
well
be
for a
upon you.
movement when its members are
In the
afraid to be
light
seen.
of the goddess. Yes, yes. I spoke recently with our benefactors. I spoke to them about that immigrant, the man.
There's nothing unusual about that
Yes.
person.
Yes, yes. I spoke to them. I said, listen to these humble, brave folk, your cousins. Humans brought to their knees by the magical. Driven to bankruptcy, to moral corruption. Simple, uncomplicated men and women led astray by the devilish, demonic, magical, the necromancer. I said to them, we need to make a stand. Now. Now! Behind our own.
Her posture is odd.
And I
It's
said
almost
to
like
them,
she's tilting slightly to
"You
one
need
side.
What they need, what we need, is someone to stand up and speak the human cause. The true
There's nothing unusual about that
Mercurian.
person.
Someone not afraid of the magical.
Nothing in
and
particular
its
stands out.
foreign tongues. Yes, yes. You know me. You know me.
Nothing in
No,
particular
I
stands
seek
out.
No fame. Or
He
fortune.
smells of rosewater.
I seek only truth.
It's rather pleasant, to
I
be
seek
honest.
the light. I seek justice for brave, humble.
There's nothing
human
unusual
folk
about that
like
person.
you. Yes.
Her clothes smell
Yes,
strongly
yes.
of tar and smoke.
I stand here before
She must be
you
a factory
as
worker.
your servant. I stand here before you as your humble servant.
The hoods are probably to protect
Soon
their
the city will
identities.
elect a new council,
It never bodes
a
well
new
for a movement
leader,
when its members are
one
afraid
who
to
will
be seen.
take responsibility for the lawlessness that haunts these occult, ill-lit
He
lanes.
must be wearing
Our
leather
benefactors
undergarments.
do great work.
They make
do
an
brave
unpleasant
work,
creaking noise.
Important work. Illustrious work. But they can't be everywhere. They can't protect
His
all
beard
of you
is
from your
speckled with
dark
something that
neighbours.
looks like flour.
And where the
Maybe a
Azadi
baker?
fall short, where their light doesn't reach,
His
city
breathing is
watch
erratic
can
and
help.
shallow.
take
He
the
should visit a
paper
doctor.
dragons that fly above us as we speak. Yes,
His breathing
those
is
blasphemous
erratic
constructs that
and
fly in the
shallow.
face of all decent,
He should visit a doctor.
humble,
She's humming to herself.
hard-working human.
It's a tune I recognize.
Symbols of the
A sweet
magical.
lullaby.
Symbols of the dry kin. Phooey. Blasphemous
smells faintly
betrayal
of
of
salted
all of
meats.
humanity.
Maybe
Phooey.
she works in a butcher's shop.
Our benefactors, the Azadi.
He has an
they
odd
cannot
and annoying
cut
habit of
every line,
constantly clicking
arrest
his
every
tongue.
traitorous child. They've more important things to do. This is the City Watch's
He reeks of
responsibility.
tobacco. And
But
as a
what
deer variant,
does the
unless my
City
nose
Watch
deceives me.
do? They stop
Hammy
good,
used to smell
honest,
this.
simple human folk from
He
meeting
smells
out
of rosewater.
well-deserved justice.
It's rather pleasant, to
They
be
stop
honest.
us from punishing the
Her hands
magical,
are rough,
that
with
immigrant
scores of
for his
small cuts.
necromancy and illusionism. Why, only last night, a young cousin of ours was put in chains
His right
for
hand has
laying
the mark of a
righteous
heavy
hands
smoker.
on a magical.
His fingers and nails are
magical
yellowed
who cast
and
a
cracked.
spell on our young cousin's sister. She'd fallen in with the magical, possessed with dark lust and obscenity. And our cousin is thrown in the dungeon for doing what's right, what's just, what's
Her
moral.
clothes smell strongly
Yes.
of tar and smoke.
This is what the Watch
She must be a
does.
factory worker.
Punishes brave, simple, human
He
folk
smells
for
of
doing
lavender
what's
oil.
right.
Maybe he's a
For
physician.
trying to save a young girl's soul from that demon, the magical immigrant. No,
Yes.
no, no.
That man has
The
a
City Watch
potent
needs
odour.
leadership.
He can't have changed his
Mercuria
clothes or
needs
taken a bath in
leadership.
months.
Someone who can stand up against the magical and say, this far and no further. Someone who's willing to make sacrifices,
must
to
be
hammer in a
wearing
few
leather
nails to build a
undergarments.
home.
They
The
make an
Watch is
unpleasant
willing to
creaking
hammer
noise.
no nails to build no home. I blame their leader, that woman with unnatural desires. And I blame her leaders, that boneless council, slave to the immigrant,
Honor
the
Hilarious.
magical.
He
What
leads
can be
this
done?
National Front for
There
Faith and
is
Family.
only one solution. Change. Change. Yes. Yes. Vote faith and family. Vote blood. Land. Honour and humanity. Vote National Front and vote for your humble human servant. Yours truly, Owner Hilaris. With my guidance and leadership, the magical, that subhuman immigrant, the dark necromancer and warlock will be banished from our home. Our children will be safe to play once more. Our women folks' virtue will be protected. And these ill-lit, occult avenues will be lit by the light of the goddess and crowned with sweet-smelling, homely herbs. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, kind. Thank you. No, it's important that we stand together and in hand with our benefits. I speak regularly. Even broken fast with our bastion of morality, Sami Raman. Now, yeah, no one says we have to abandon our gods. No,
Honor Hilaris.
no.
He
The
leads
light
this
of the goddess
National
is
Front for
about,
Faith and Family.
Acceptance, not disapproval. She smiles upon all good humans. Our common enemy is the filthy immigrant.
That might be Arne Stont's young widow.
Pardon me, mistress. I'm looking for the Stant widow.
I'm Gertie Stoned. Who are you?
I knew your husband. He was a brave man.
Knew him? How did you know him?
We met in Friar's Keep, mistress. On the night of his death. He saved my life. I'm sorry I could do nothing to save his.
You saw him that evening.
He asked me to visit you. To tell you that he loves you.
And then you left him to be tortured to death by those bastards.
I swore not to take an innocent life.
They told me he begged for death. You could have granted him a clean and honourable journey to the night side. But instead you just left him there. Don't talk to me about honour. You have none. Leave us be.
The Journeyman Inn was closed down when we arrested the innkeeper, Ben Rime Salmin. There aren't a lot of people out at night, even though the streets appear to be safe. If I'm quiet, their eyes glide off me, and I remain invisible to them. An Irhadian veil can be very effective. Those metal tubes remain a mystery to all of us. They've been putting them up all over the city, constructing some sort of network of pipes.
Did you hear the one about the magical and the pregnant pig? If you're a ghost, just leave me be!
Where have you been?
Always angry, but a good man to have by your side in a dangerous situation.
Where have you been?
At a National Front meeting, identifying your turncoat.
It takes a traitor to find a traitor. Think you can point him out for us?
I can.
Go on then, before we lose him.
Exotic oils, foreign herbs, soothing salves.
You look like the sort of man who'd appreciate a savoury sandwich. Meat, veggies, spread. On flatbreads, yeast buns, or grain rolls. Hot or cold, with a cup of soup or without. What'll it be?
His skin appears red and blistered. Perhaps he spent too much time in the sun.
Tell your friends. Cured Elwood meats, pickled shrimp cheese, crispy bitterly,
His
wrapped
breathing
in a
is
crunchy
heavy and
filling.
wet.
Nothing wrong with a rat piece in the tennis. Tell your friends.
That man, was he at the National Front assembly?
Mercuria's foremost sandwicher here, ready
He
to
smells
perform
of tobacco.
sandwiching to your
I'm
exact
not familiar
orders.
with the scent. It's probably a Northlands weed. He smells faintly of camphor, or the pine forests of the north.
Sandwiches!
Maybe lavender oil.
I've got tasty sandwiches.
Midnight snack.
Tell friends.
Easy, pal.
Who are you people? Where are you taking me? You got the wrong man!
I've got tasty
Tide
sandwiches.
you over before tea. Midnight snack. Early breakfast.
I'm sorry you couldn't find what you were looking for. Exotic oils, foreign herbs, soothing salves, ointments.
Did you hear the one about the magical and the... If you're a ghost, just leave me be!
He probably won't stray from his route. There's black powder in this barrel. They use it for the muskets and cannons. It's a powerful explosive and propellant. A handful should suffice. This must be the shipment Liko spoke of. The crates and barrels are all marked with the Azadi seal. It's a sturdy rope, probably soaked through with brine. Leviathan oil. They hunt the great beasts for this precious fluid. It's used as illuminant and for lubrication. The rope's soaked through with oil. It should work as a burning fuse now. According to the labeling on this crate, it contains flintlock parts. Flint pieces for the flintlock muskets. Steel nails. Imported from Western Azadir, I reckon. They're used to mount the pipes around the city. A nail, fresh from the steel mills. This might be of use to me. The rooster and kitten. Ulfik, the barkeep, is friendly with the resistance. A map of the southernmost parts of Mercuria. A runner passing messages between checkpoints.
Let's see. Which way is it again? So hard to see anything in this light. Right, left. Left's right. Left.
It says Watcher's Court. The sign reads, Earthrin's Ascent.
Let's see. Wait, wasn't it left, not right? Right don't sound right. But hey, signs never lie. Right it is. This don't look right.
Goddess. Dead. Murdered. What a terrible waste. The mole will need to answer for this boy's death.
After my shift's over, I think I'll head down to that cheap tavern by the harbour. Oh, what's it called again? The Cock.
Exotic oils, foreign herbs, soothing salves, ointments.
I've got tasty
Next week, I get to lead my curia for the first time in months. Goddess, I can't wait. I'm so sick of this shit.